So we have some videos to cover digital ID. Guys, this is serious, man. A while ago, we spoke about the Matrix. Of course, you guys know Gary has as well in the past. And what's crazy is that at the end of the day, if you look at digital ID for what it is, you could some call it a marketing beast. Some call it like, the pathway to hell. But all it is to control you. That's all it really is. So let's bring the first one up. Should be the last articles in the chat. Here we go.
All right. Ready. Say no right now. Former Vice President at Pfizer, Dr. Mike Yeadon, urges you to reject digital ID, CBDCSs, and UN Agenda 2030. By 2030, you will not be able to leave the country. You will not be able to own private transport. You will have a digital ID to do everything, and you will only have electronic money to which you transact. I would say at this point you are a slave, and because you can see them coming, you should say no. Say no right now.
All right, here we go.
I mean, this does sound like the mark of the beast. I mean, that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Whatever it is not good. So let's play it.
We are living in a tyrannical situation where there's only 2 clicks left when you are required to have digital ID to move around and have a life, and when cashless central bank digital currencies are the only way you can buy and sell. At that point, you've lost your freedom. If you follow the breadcrumbs to 2030, anyone can look up the UN 2030 SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. By 2030, Britain specifically will have no commercial passenger aircraft leaving the country. You will not be able to leave. There will be no ships leaving the country. You will not own private transport. You will have a digital ID to do everything, and you will only have electronic money with which to transact.
What?
I would say at that point you are a slave, and because you can...
Fellas.
Not in America.
What if I told you that's coming to America?
Not before 2030.
What if I told you, Gary, this is coming to America at some point? Guaranteed.
I mean,
I do believe they've been testing on this, like the real ID. They did the real ID thing. I think they tested us with some stuff like that.
Of course.
It always hits America last because we put up the most resistance.
Yeah, we hit last.
So this might hit that shithole called the UK. Yeah. This might hit a lot of other countries, but we will resist to a certain point.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, if it happens here, we will be the absolute last ones. I promise you that much.
But this is
we got guns, baby.
Yeah.
We do have guns, and that's thank God we do. However,
They got drones.
Hold on, when people
See them coming, you should say no.
when people
Say no right now.
when people actually request government help, they say, "Listen, government, we need help. We're struggling. We need to pay our bills. Help us." You know what they're gonna say? Don't worry, Americans. We're here to save you. Once again, here's something you can use to buy and sell, and we'll pay you every month. They're gonna say, "Fuck yeah, let's take it." EBT cards. You feel me? Like, dude, this is actually
basic income. We talked about that.
Yeah, we did.
When the AIs take the jobs, you're going to need basic income to cover all the people who lost their money. And they're going to give it to them in electronic certificates. But if you have money, I want to see them force us to give our dour bill. See, it's going to be a 2-tier system.
Yes.
Right now, it's a 3-tier system. You have the rich, you have the middle class, which is by far the most important, and you have the poor
class. Yeah.
And what's going to happen is that middle class is going to fucking get squeezed to the point where of every 10 people, 3 go up, 7 go down.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have that 2-tier system where the people on the top, we still got money. We still got cash because we don't need that system. We don't need that EBT. They're not going to force us in the United States of America to the rich people. The poor people are going to have no choice. And that is why I told you people for the past year, if you don't get rich by 2029, you cooked. I ain't talking to them. I'm talking to you. If you're not rich by 2029, it's over. You have no more chances.
Yeah.
The greatest threat about it is the fact that with the digital ID system, they already know they have groups of millions of Americans that will willingly take it on the first day if they identify with a party. If this system came out as a liberal system and they tell us to trust the science, we already know these people, millions of liberals will take it gladly, and they'll try to shame conservatives into not taking it or embracing the future. We saw it with COVID. If it comes out under a liberal ideology, you're going to have millions to take it. And that itself gives it power because, man, there's going to be so many conservatives that go broke, can't travel, seeing liberals live their best life. After a while, I think they'll start to submit. It's just the fact that so many will willingly take it on the start. it'll be inevitable. Liberals will do it. Liberals will give up their rights. They will give up their rights, especially if it comes to the guise of being a liberal. If they say it's a liberal system, they would take it. They will brag about it and say it's the next best thing.
Let me ask you something fresh. Did you take the vax?
Of course not.
Did you take the vax?
I'm conservative. All of us are.
Okay, so no one took the vax. So obviously their shit didn't work that well, and we didn't give in.
But that's the same thing that would happen, though. So this is the difference. We still seen a lot of conservatives take the vaccine.
Yep.
Like what, 60%, 70% of the country still took
did.
the vaccine, and they broke down after a while because they needed their jobs because they're not rich. The same is going to happen with digital income. Around 70% within 2 years will take that.
Yes.
30% will be free. We won't be able to beat the 70s.
So hold on, just at the Dom's point, these people don't work off of I'm going to force you. It's off of you're going to need me.
Yeah,
they
man,
make it so they create chaos to bring order. Gary, you're giving too much credit, bro. Sorry, you're not giving too much credit. This is where people say, you know what? We need control. And these motherfuckers are below us. So to control them, we'll give them some leeway, give them some hope, and then say, just take it all away and say, listen, you want some help? We got you. By the way, I come up with a list of companies that are firing people today, and it's so extensive, bro. It's fucking at least 5 pages, right?
Yeah.
Just start off with this list here because people are losing jobs by the second, guys. So we got companies like, for example, Coca-Cola. They are laying off 600 jobs every quarter. We got as well SoftBank, pharmaceutical. What this one's a little bit pharmaceutical. Dell, UPS, HBC. Who else?
Amazon already got
Chevron.
rid of 10,000.
So listen, we got UPS 20,000 laid off. Dell 12,000. Nissan 11,000. Intel 10,000. Microsoft 9,000. HPC 8,300. Chevron 8,000. DHL 8,000. BP 7,000. Audi 7,000. Now, those numbers seem very small on a grand scale, but this is happening quarterly, which means by the end of the year, minimal, right? It's going to be at least double that. And as well, keep in mind, these jobs are not getting replaced. Once they're gone because AI is here to stay. So that means you lost your job or need a new job. Where are you getting a job? Now to have AI in your place.
By knowing me and you.
There you go. But the point is that like now you're cooked because you can't replace that income. You can't make more money. So then what do? Oh, well, Uncle Sam, big brother, I need some help. Here you go. Digital ID. You want some money to spend this month?
Yeah.
You want to pay your bills, take your kids? Here you go. So now not only is it a requirement, it's a necessity. You understand? So bro, you saying it's not coming. What's coming fast, bro? I'm telling you.
It's scary.
Very, very scary. So fellas, this is no joke, fellas. The new world order is here to stay. But you got to say no if you can.
And you see the old world order crashing in front of us because
Yes.
what was not allowed to be spoken 2 years ago is now being blasted on fucking microphones. So you see the old world order crashing in front of your eyes.
Yeah.
Because what is happening now would have got you really messed up a couple years ago. Trust me, I know.
Yeah.
So we have a new world order coming, and the old power is literally losing power in front of your eyes. And this is something that would have been unbelievable a couple years ago. And now you actually see it. So what I'm basically trying to tell you is sometimes, and again, I'm sure I'm going to get chewed out for this. And they're going to call me all the name in the book. But sometimes it's better to deal with the devil you know than the devil you don't. Because this devil I know, I'm still a millionaire. This devil
Gary.
I know, you have 1.8 black millionaires in this country.
Gary.
So I'm just keeping it real.
Can I add to your point? People wanted to change so bad. They said, fuck the old system. We need something new. But they didn't understand the new was coming with more control, more restrictions, and to your detriment. They're like, this is bad. Get rid of these people. And you know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, you think it's bad now? Wait till they leave the system and it's now AI controlled and no motions. No motions, of course, and it's just straight computers, numbers, and digital. Dude, we're cooked.
Yeah.
Like, okay, back in the day, you could hustle, struggle, make shit happen, and still make it out. And this tyrannical system that's coming now, bro, you are cooked. There's no like, I'm gonna work hard. Bro, it is either you comply or good fucking buy. And that's it. So, fellas, you got what you wanted. You want a new system? Here you go. New order, here to stay. By the way, another article here. You got it, Tom?
Well, yeah, Keir Starmer. Let me spell this out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have a digital ID. Keir Starmer has now addressed the UK public, saying the digital ID will now be required to work in this country. But here's the truth. They only succeed if we comply. There is power in numbers. Remember, they tried to make a vaccine mandatory for all NHS staff. Enough people stood up and said no, and it collapsed. It became impossible to enforce. The same applies now. If we unite and refuse a digital ID, their plan cannot work. Do not give away your freedom for the illusion of security. Stand strong and say no together.
There we go.
This is not a legitimate government. This is not a legitimate leader. This man belongs in a fucking mental facility, not fucking the prime minister's office.
I agree. Let's play it though.
And that is why today I am announcing this government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID.
Communist.
It's as simple as that. Because decent, pragmatic, fair-minded people, they want us to tackle the issues that they see around them. And of course, the truth is, we won't solve our problems. And that is why today I am announcing.
This guy belongs in this straight jacket.
Yo, dude, this right here is the beginning of the end. And you probably playing fresh, you're scared, bro, you're fearful. Nigga, I'm fucking aware.
Yeah.
This shit is not no joke, bro. Dude, back in this Bible study, when this is be at church, bro, they spoke about the movie Left Behind. You see that movie? Where the end of the world's happening. People are like, oh, things are fine, whatever. Nah, nigga, this shit happens like that. And what's happening here is in front of our faces. They're telling you, you can't work. You can't buy and sell. Oh, Dom, what does that sound like?
It's
Mark of the Beast.
It does.
Bro, so I don't know if I'm just shouting out the clouds here. Some common sense, but dude, this is fucking scary.
It's even worse when you think about almost everything that they promised people with the digital ID, this new safety, is the same thing they promised them of giving up their guns. They were saying you were going to be safe. They were saying that you wouldn't have to have these security issues. And if you just give us these guns, we aren't going to touch you again. This is going to fix all your problems.
Dom, real quick. So I was in Europe, right? I saw some people that are pretty high up there, and they gave their guns away, a while ago. And the argument is, okay, well, there's no mass shootings here. I said, nigga.
How many stabbings are there? How many stabbings? What matters how you get killed.
Yeah, it don't matter.
But you're being chefed every fucking day, and the police can't save you, right? Okay, cool. But you know the worst part about this? If Americans give up their guns, we are cooked, just like them. So to Gary's point, we cannot give up our guns. That's the end of it. However, I'm worried because at this point, they're so far ahead of the curve, ahead of us. People are not going to wake up. They'll be like, you know what? Government, help me. And they won't even realize what's happening in front of their eyes. But us, of course, that are kind of up there, understand what's happening, can prepare, but they have no clue. So it's hard to get us because our audience isn't everybody.
So again, we're not stopping this.
No.
We're not telling you, do something to stop this.
No.
What we're telling you is get enough money so you're in that 20, 30% who's going to be outside of this fucking bullshit.
100%.
Because let me tell you something. The people at the top, they're always above the system.
Yeah.
And if you don't believe me, there's something called the Epstein list. That tells you right there, people at the top, they're above a certain system.
So I just think people need to prepare for yourself and your family. And if you don't prepare,
what would you do, Fresh?
So this is what I would do. I'll get multiple passports. If I can, I'll get 2 minimum. Either one here in America, of course, and then one overseas. Get property overseas, have an offshore account, legally, of course. And if you can, put money away, in a certain place. I'll just leave it there. Get some crypto, get some things you can walk with, like gold, silver, it's tangible, and you can sell anywhere around the world. But also keep in mind, you need to have money. If you sit here and say, oh, I have a lot of debt, woe's me, yeah, you're stuck here, which means they got you. So you see, because the debt is keeping you here controlled. You got a mortgage, you got a home, you got student loans. You're not going nowhere. Even with a passport, this is your life. But if you're debt free, now you got options. I can travel, I have access, I have money. Now you're free. But as a citizen of the United States, most people are in debt, which means you're stuck here almost forever unless you escape. But mind you, if the new system comes about and you're still in debt, they own you. So I just think that people need to understand from the very beginning, get your passports, get your money up, pay for debt, and find an escape plan. And a lot of Americans that are successful, they're doing that. They move into Curacao, they move into obviously Dubai. They're getting out of the US. Why is that? Something here is coming very fast.
Even with that, I mean, even creators, they aren't going to be safe, to be honest. It's over for everyone if it does come, because
Yes, nobody's safe.
they can simply just lock down our YouTube channels without verification of digital ID the same way they can with license. YouTube locked down, bank accounts locked down until you verify ID. They can do this now without a driver license. All they have to do is just change the verification process from driver license to digital ID. Imagine everything that you have to verify with your social, your birth certificate, and your ID, and it be transitioned all to the digital ID. We'd be done.
Dom, imagine your stock accounts.
Everything's
Bank account.
gone. Yeah, it's gone, bro.
It's all digital, right? Guess what happens?
Yeah,
They
it's
say,
gone.
cut this nigga off right now. What
I'll
you
be
gonna
done.
do?
It's over.
So I just think the illusion of control and hope we have here is minimal at best. But what can we do right now? Like I said before, find an
Get
escape
rich.
plan.
Get rich. That's it. That's the only thing you
Just
can
try.
do.
And fellas, for the actual spiritual people out here that understand what's happening, this is actually a spiritual war. It's not physical. So you can't fight people like this physically. You're dumb if you try to. You got to fight them spiritually. You can say your prayers, see what's happening, and of course, move smart. But this is spiritual, not really physical. But what do you think, Gary, at this point?
The money's very physical.
Yeah, that's
the
physical.
money's very physical. So this is why I keep telling people all the time.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to do something that you have very strong passion about, the problem is most of those passionate things,
Yeah.
they don't pay. Women's
Yeah.
studies, that shit don't pay. No matter how good you get at it. You know, you could be the best artist in the world. You might not be able to sell anything. So you have to understand how to make money, because once you make money, let me tell you what happens. You get out the rat race.
Yeah.
You get out there. If I want to, I can fly to anywhere in the country right now and just chill there for a fucking week and not worry. I go to a grocery store and not worry about how much the shit costs. I just throw shit in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's how it is when you have a couple of dollars.
Yeah.
I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. I'm not talking down to you like I usually do. But not in this moment. What I'm basically trying to tell you is time is running out.
Yeah.
It's not fair to the younger generation. It's not fair to your kids. It's not fair, but guess what? Doesn't matter. You have 4 to maybe 2 years. Because, I mean, 2027, you had that report.
Yeah.
They say,
Yeah.
listen, it might be 2027, and my system verifies it. That's when you're in trouble. So maybe it's not 2029. Maybe it's 2027. But the thing is, it's coming very soon. You got maybe next year, unless you're in crypto, then you cooked. You got next year to do something with your life that you can make a big bag, because time is running
Oh,
out.